Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Wanted to do a video on my hotshot business. Been doing it for about 2.5 years now, and this is my 2022 Ford F450 as well as my PJ 40-foot gooseneck trailer. It does have the air ride system, which makes it pretty nice. I also have a spread axle on this. Again, kind of helps to distribute the weight and also makes it a little bit more comfortable while you're driving. Something I did different on this one was I ended up purchasing step deck ramps for this. The ramps that come with these trailers generally aren't heavy enough to load heavy equipment, and because I have a 30,000 pound GVW on this trailer, I can call some heavier stuff. I've hauled 20,000 pound bulldozers and whatnot. Right here I've got just 2 skid steers, so I think these are about 17,000 pounds with both of them. Something I recently added to my trailer here is a Smittybilt 17.5 thousand pound winch. I've only used it once, but it does work pretty good. Rather than having a battery that's attached to it, I have cables here, and these plug into the battery that's on the truck through a port down here. So rather than, I can use the batteries on the truck while it's running, and I've got a good power supply on that as well. In the back here, you can see I'm using a Honda 2000 watt generator. After watching a lot of videos and sleeping in a cold truck or a hot truck, I don't idle my truck. It's on these newer emission diesels. It's not good to idle them. Seems like you'll mess up your EGR and your diesel particulate filter. So I run a Honda generator, as well as I have a 6-gallon auxiliary tank on the generator. On the gooseneck, as you see here, I have a shocker hitch, and what that does is it acts as like an air ride system for the gooseneck. So kind of lessens the bucking of the gooseneck when you're going down the road, absorbs a lot of the jarring action while you're going down the road, hitting bumps and things like that. I do have a weather guard toolbox. I have a pancake air compressor, keep extra straps, clothing, food, oils, things like that. Also have a 70-gallon RDS auxiliary fuel tank, and that is actuated by a solenoid that is attached to my auxiliary switches on the inside, so I don't have to get out and constantly open up the valve so I can drain fuel. So I can do it from inside the vehicle here. Now on the inside of the vehicle here, I do sleep in the back of the truck. I don't stay at hotels. Have my required fire extinguisher. I keep extra supplies in here, boots, DEF fluid, food, my clothing and whatnot. So this bed, just made out of 4x8 sheet, cut it in half, and some 4x4 posts to keep it up. Because I do run the generator, I have a carbon monoxide detector. So if something happens, that'll notify me. In the cab, I do use the WeatherTech window guards, the ones in the back and the rear windows. Those do stay on it all the time. When I'm stopped, I do put up the other ones in the front windows and the front windshield. So that gives me privacy, also keeps some of the heat out. Right now in the wintertime, heat's not so much the problem, or at least the lack thereof could be the problem. But I sleep actually very comfortably in here. You see I've got my heater running right now, and that does keep me very warm. All I have is just a couple of thin blankets, and with that heater I sleep quite comfortably every night. I'm 6'1" and with the Ford cabs, I don't seem to have any issues sleeping inside of it. In the front here, as we get into the cab, as you can see on the other side, I do not have a passenger seat. This is a Iceco refrigerator. This is one of those, I believe they're Overland refrigerators, and I have a freezer on one side and a refrigerator on the other. It allows me to keep food with me and not have to eat at the truck stops or eat out. It can get very expensive, so I end up buying a lot of salads and things like that. So got my salad for lunch today. I've got yogurts, cheese, lunch meats, things like that. My iced tea. Some of the electronics that I'm running inside of the vehicle, as you can see here, I do have a Garmin trucking GPS, and that is something specific, especially if you're going to be driving like an RV or something, a wide load. You can put your dimensions into it, and it'll reroute you from roads that you shouldn't be driving on. I also do have a pre-pass system, and what pre-pass does is it allows me to, as I approach a way station, they do have sensors. Those sensors will read my pre-pass, and by looking at my my DOT number and whatnot, they can decide whether they want to pull me in the station for further inspection or not. Most of the time I get the green light and I bypass it. Every now and again I'll get a red light and they'll want to weigh me. But also I have an easy pass, works out very well. I do end up driving on a lot of toll roads, so I don't have to stop. I don't have to carry a bunch of change on me or anything like that, just go through it. There's a few places that it doesn't work, but I find that most of the routes that I take and most of the loads that I carry stay in areas that the pre-pass works just fine. I do have a dash cam. This dash cam is hardwired, so even when the vehicle's turned off, this camera is recording 24/7. There is a camera in the back window that it also records 24/7. So if I'm, while I'm shopping or if I'm asleep, someone approaches the vehicle and does something, it will record both the front and the back. I do have a tablet that I keep here. This is my main business tool as far as finding loads and keeping track of my rate cons and my BOLs. I'm able to store them, and I'm a big fan of the tablet. I do have a laptop, but I find myself using the tablet pretty much all of the time. These are those aux switches I was telling you about. Aux switch 1 is just for that electric solenoid that allows the diesel to just gravity feed, and then aux 2 is for a 12-volt pump, fuel pump that I have. So usually when the fuel gets down to the last 10-15 gallons, it doesn't want to flow as quickly, so turn the pump on and I'm able to get those last gallons of fuel. You notice on my both passenger and driver side windows, I do have a screen, and that's because when I'm heading down and I've got the sun to the side of my face, it kind of keeps it from blinding me, and also giving me a sunburn. This Ford, this is my second Ford. My first was a 2020 F450 single rear wheel, and that was before I had my CDL. It's a great truck. I like the Fords, the Power Stroke, the 10-speed. Been good vehicles. I know the Rams are good vehicles. I have a buddy of mine that runs a Ram, and we kind of go back and forth with the banter on which is better, but I tend to think they're both good vehicles. So I just wanted to kind of give a quick video, kind of show you what I'm doing with my hotshot business. I am looking into expanding and also doing land clearing, and hopefully you've seen those videos that I've done with that so far. But if you do have any questions, please let me know. Leave them in the comments. I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe, and I look forward to putting out some more videos. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.